In three, two, one.
Welcome to episode 131 of the Narcissistic Music Disorder.
131. This is the season ender, is it not?
It is.
Man, another year has passed of us pretending we know better than everybody else about music, which is the issue, right? That's our disease, and we've accepted that. And we know we don't know more about music than anybody else, really, but we like to pretend we do. And we certainly
Yeah.
know our tastes are better than everybody else's. We're aware of that. So we're going to recap the year, kind of some various episodes. Scott is always good on recounting what our themes were in our episodes over the year. We'll have a chat about that, maybe talk about what next year might look like,
Yeah.
which would be season
5?
5 years of doing this. So what's
Yeah.
that come out to? We have not, and I pride myself in this. I know you do too. Through all of it, through COVID, did we start in COVID? No,
Before.
before. We started before COVID, then COVID hit, and then we kind of worked up this method. We were getting together to do it in person, which was fun, but was logistically a nightmare, especially with our
2
distance.
hours. Yeah.
And so we started pre-COVID, which it impresses me already. I forgot that. And then COVID came, and then we kept going. And from the first episode where we determined we would be a bi-weekly podcast,
Yep.
we have never, even through illness and death and you name it, everything that's happened, knock on wood, I don't think this desk is wood, we haven't missed.
No.
And in some cases we even, like when COVID was at its peak, I think
We did
that's when
bonus.
when
Yeah.
we did some bonus stuff. We did the Sun Volt album, we did the interview in Ben De La Cour's car.
Yep. We did a rant on greatest hits I had or something.
Right. So let's
the
talk about, oh, I'm
so
sorry, go ahead.
today is well, as we're recording, it's not, but the day this airs, and a lot of people probably won't listen this day because it'll air on Christmas.
Excellent. That's
But
even better.
um
If you're opening presents
but
right
they'll
now.
open it, they'll check it out later. But
Well, hopefully someone will.
so are
I'm
you a
hoping.
Christmas music guy?
So I like Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. That's one of my Christmas songs. I like the Tom Petty. It's Christmas all over again.
The one
And
where he's at the end, he's like, I want
I
a
want a
new Rickenbacker
Rickenbacker. Yeah.
guitar, the
Yep.
Fender bass. Yeah.
I like that one. I mean, there's some. I have an album, one Christmas album I own, and it's the songs of the Beatles,
Okay.
but they're changed into Christmas songs.
Oh, all right.
And I do
Yeah.
like um I do like, it's not a Christmas album or songs, but on the BBC sessions for the Beatles, they had some broadcasts during the holidays. And so
Oh, and they
there's
did.
some, yeah, exactly. Why
Um,
you bring it up? Because why? You
well,
got a Christmas album you're thinking about?
well, there. I like the part. The part in Brenda Lee rocking around the Christmas tree
Great song.
where she says, "Then we'll have some fucking pie and do some caroling." I love that.
Wait a minute. I have you misheard a lyric in there possibly?
I don't think so. It's pretty
No,
clear.
no.
I can't believe her parents let her do that. She was like 12 when she recorded that song, or
I'm gonna
13.
have to revisit that. I'm gonna have to You know what else I like is the, of course, the Darlene Love Christmas. I can't think of it's the famous Darlene Love Christmas song. I can't think of it, and I'm embarrassed. All
Um,
I'd have to do is ask my wife. Christmas Baby,
I'm not,
Merry
yeah.
Christmas Baby, I think is what it's called. I'm not going to
Okay.
search it up. Someone will know.
Great Affairs. Santa lost my
That's great
list.
too. That's great too.
I like a lot of it, but I like I have some jazz ones that are cool. They're called like Christmas cocktails. It's the Ultra Lounge collection.
Oh yeah, I can see
And
that
then
would be kind
there's,
of
the
cool.
stuff Dean Martin had great stuff.
There's always the classic
The
too.
Nat King
Don't
Cole
forget the
stuff.
I always like the little drummer boy Bowie and Bing Crosby.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones.
I also like that. Remember the Band-Aid Christmas tune? The Do They Know It's Christmas? The
I don't
super group thing.
remember. No.
Shut
Is
up!
it one of where a bunch of them got together and
You've never heard it.
I don't recall that.
Holy
No.
shit! Okay, so it's called Band-Aid. Okay,
Yeah, I
it's
remember that.
English artists, and they do a song called "Do They Know It's Christmas."
I don't
I mean,
recall this.
do you remember Paul Young, the singer Paul Young? He had a what was his song? He had a hit in the 80s. Bono was on it.
Okay.
Bob Geldof, George Michael. Oh my God, I'm so
Boy
happy.
George, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've never heard Do They Know
I
It's Christmas? I'm
probably, if I
so
hear
happy.
it,
Oh,
maybe I'll
dude,
have to.
please, when we're done, please YouTube the video and watch it. Oh my God. And it's so that some of the vocal, just like I can do the hearing aid thing, the heavy metal for
Yeah.
Africa song, Stars, and I can pick out every singer. I
Yeah.
can pretty much do that in the
We Are the
We Are
World.
the World. But wait till you hear Band-Aid. You can pick them out. Oh man.
Okay.
What was Paul Young's song? I think his name's Paul Young. It
What
is
was it, like 85 or something?
close because
That's when a lot of
85 was
those
Live Aid,
happened.
and we were really making our efforts for African famine relief. Um,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I'm so excited for you to hear that. Wow, that's cool. That's finally something cool I can share with you.
And the Merry Xmas records are cool with all the
Mm-hmm.
shredders.
Is that a Mike Varney thing?
No, I don't think so, but it's like John Sykes and
Yeah, I remember
Saxon.
those.
There's two of them that I have that are really cool.
They did like a Merry Xmas show one time, I think, too, somewhere. I don't remember. Maybe it was even connected to like, I don't think it was connected to the Experience Hendrix
Yes,
thing, but
I think we talked about that before. As much as I love instrumental guitar, I couldn't sit through a whole show of that.
dude, can I, as much as,
I listen,
I, I
I
love
listen to
Steve
tracks
Vai.
here and there,
Yeah,
but
I
to
love,
sit there for an hour
oh
and
my
listen to
God, dude.
somebody wank, no thanks.
Well, and the thing is, sorry, my camera fell. The thing is, too, like, yeah, this is gonna fall. God damn it. The thing is with those two, like, there's also the like the G3 tour and all
Yeah.
those. And the worst part about those for me is when they decide they're gonna jam, and it's like they did Red House on one of them, and it's
Yep.
wankery. They did Going Down, one of my favorite songs. Um, they'll do Voodoo Child, and it's all
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's cool. I love them all. I just watched Zach today. You know, I love Father Vi and Father and Saint Malmsteen or whatever Zach would
All of
say,
his yeah,
his Catholic things.
his Catholic references.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a lot of wankery for me. I
Yeah.
mean, and I love those guys too. So
Me too, but I just couldn't do that. And
no,
yeah.
God no.
That's
So
why I
let's
like
get
going to
on
see
the recap.
Richie because Richie does like he mixes it up with vocals and instrumental. So
Well, and he can sing too. That's the
yeah.
difference. That's the difference. Zach Wild can sing.
Yeah.
Um, you don't hear guys like Malmsteen or Vi. And Nuno Betancourt can sing, of course. I doubt that John Petrucci from Dream Theater. I don't think he sings. So anyhow, Eric
So
Johnson sings a little bit.
I had a couple questions I wanted to ask you. How many records do you think it takes to be considered a legacy band?
Ooh, how many? That's a great question.
I would say
That's four,
five,
4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
I mean, you think about it. Those first, I mean, the
Because how many
Ozzy
records? Well, how
Ozzy
many
era.
records did the band have when they were with their core lineup? Four?
Well, they've got music from Big Pink. They've got that
Yep.
first record. They've got Stage Frights Live, I think.
Yeah.
There's another one in there too. Yeah, not a ton, but that wasn't
Yeah.
even a band for that long.
The Doors had, I think, five
Yeah,
with
well,
Jim.
and it's funny, dude. You want to say what's it take to, be considered a legacy band? Sometimes, I mean, sometimes it's just one record, right? I
Well,
mean, one
yeah.
kick-ass record, or a Cream is a great example. There's not, what is there, 2 Cream albums?
Disraeli Gears and something else.
Yeah, Fresh Cream. There's probably maybe 3. I don't know. I mean, but that's a super group though, right? Yeah, that's kind of a super group.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
super group.
I don't know. It used to be different because the cycles were so I mean, think about those big bands, big bands, and I'm going to use a few with huge catalogs. Aerosmith, Kiss, I mean, some of the Iron Maiden's another one. I mean, those guys were doing,
Metallica, Megadeth.
yes, that have just tons and tons and tons of, but yet Ryan Adams is great to you and I, and we love his music. I don't know, legacy artists, but Ryan Adams probably has 500 albums. You know, I mean, the Brian Jonestown Massacre probably has a ton. They have a ton of albums. I don't know, man. You would think it's got to be more than one. You know, just to know that you can get over the, you know, that second album, third album hump is pretty
Well, I
important.
think that's a lot of those ones that are ones are where guys like you and I come in.
Oh
And
yeah,
people that listen to this show, we make those um, known. Like because to me, he's got more than one record, but an NMD like pick for me would be Ike Riley's Salesman and Racist, but because that's his greatest achievement.
right, but not. I don't. And what a legacy artist is to me is different than somebody else because legacy looks different to me in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you're probably the same way, and a lot of people who listen to this show are the same way. Man, I don't know. That's a great question. I will say, when you think about some of the cycles that used to happen, and I was just thinking about this with Maiden because of Nico retiring, and now rumor has it Dave Murray, the guitar player, is going to retire too. Um, dude, they were doing it was album, tour,
Yeah.
2 weeks off, album, tour, 2 weeks off. They said they did that through almost all the 80s. And if you look at it, they did. And their tours, the World Slavery Tour, I think was 2.5 years or something
Right.
on the road. That's crazy. But yet, like Ozzy did Blizzard and Diary pretty much together. Like had Diary was in the can when they were touring Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah.
Sabbath, the first two Sabbath albums are released in the same year. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it was like.
Def
I don't know,
Leppard
man.
toured like crazy.
Oh man.
Metallica toured like crazy.
I
It's
that and I'm it's funny. I was just talking to somebody about touring because I sometimes miss it. I know some guy at work, you know, what was it like? He was just asking what it was like in Dutch Henry and I go, "Dude, it was really hard because we traveled and we weren't great at routing, but it was so much harder because I was hungover all the time and struggling with that addiction issue. It
yeah.
would be easier now in that regard, but harder now in the being away from home regard. Like
Yes.
when Quinn was a baby, I still missed home, but I was drinking so much then that being away from home was just a great opportunity not to have, you know, my wife know how much I was drinking.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and the
The
guys
road
that
would be more enjoyable now sober. So
it would be more enjoyable sober. I would just miss home more. I'm more of a
yeah.
homebody now than ever before. But I still and that's why another reason I've been thinking about this is I sort of am kicking around the idea of just going to play some quote unquote road gigs, out of state gigs over spring break because my son's talking about leaving, going somewhere for spring break with his girl and her family. So I'm like, if I'm all by myself and I don't have school, I might go out and play a little bit,
Oh,
travel,
okay.
see how good it is. Maybe even see if Mama could tag along. I mean, she would hate coming to the gigs, but you know, she would dig staying in a hotel and maybe we could check out a town or two, you know. But I don't know, man. It's you know, those old to be on the road for 2 years, that's two birthdays, dude.
I
Two
could
birthdays.
maybe if she doesn't want to go, I'll go and I'll
There you
be
go.
like Graham's manager. I can't think of
Exactly.
his name.
Yeah. Phil Kaufman.
Yeah, I'll be like Phil for you.
Well, make sure you burn me up if I die.
Yeah.
And steal my body. So let's get on to our reflections of the year 2024. What do you got for us? You are more organized than me? Can you tell me what we started? What
We
some of the early
started
episodes?
at let's see, episodes. Trying to look at
Yeah, yeah. And you
do you know there's an app for our podcast?
know what's that? What's that app, buddy?
It's our where we upload it to. You can get
Mm-hmm.
you can get that app on your iPhone.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. I use
You
that
can
a lot.
log right in on your phone and see everything. It's cool.
Well, it might help me too
So I
with
think we started
some
with
upload.
movies and soundtracks, but we talked about if you remember, they didn't have to be movies about music. It was just five movies we like and five soundtracks we like.
So knowing me, I certainly talked about the Vision Quest soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Um, Boy, what else would I have had? Do you remember any of yours?
I'm sure I would have. Let's see if I got it. I got my little book here.
Yeah, I wish I kept my stuff in a
106.
book.
Echo in the Canyon,
Oh, we were
Swingers.
just Swingers would be a good one for. I wonder if either of us talk about singles? I wonder. I don't have my list, but
Uh, no, I had Quincy Jones. Let's see. Ferris Bueller's Day Off was my movie. Reservoir Dogs, Swingers, The Last Picture Show, and Stand By Me.
whoa, that's good. I'm sure mine would be like. I mean, I'm just excuse me, freestyling right now. I'm certainly I would think that Vision Quest was in there. Singles was in there. I may have even had one of the Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. That's a pretty good soundtrack. I like a good soundtrack, and I know we probably talked about it, but for me, it's like it's just it is right. It's a compilation album, and if the movie is right, like a Dazed and Confused, I'm sure I said Almost Famous. That's a great
Yeah,
soundtrack.
Dazed, almost, yeah,
Yeah,
Almost Famous is a great
yeah.
soundtrack.
I
Yeah.
really like. I mean, did we? I don't know who it is. I have no idea who did it, who the musicians were. I'm going to look that up when we're done with the show for the
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater band. I wonder
Yeah,
who
we
that
did look
was.
it up once. I can't recall though.
Yeah, because that's killer. That Fever Dog song on there, like they're,
I
you know,
think
they
they're all
were.
famous, but
Well, I got to check it out because I like that. The other thing I like is, and I should, and it would be literally internet research. I wonder if Jason Lee, who, I mean, there's certainly some Robert Plant in there, but he looks like Paul Rogers from Free.
hmm
So I wonder who he modeled that character after.
yeah.
Like, I think Jason Lee in that lead singer role looks more comfortable than who played the guitar player. He's the bigger character in the movie. You know the guy. You know the character at least I'm talking about. The lead guitar player who
Yeah.
he's a golden god and all that. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
think
I
of his
can't
name.
think of what his name is, but
But Jason Lee looked more comfortable as the front man than he did playing guitar.
yeah.
That dude looked a little bit awkward, but
Put
Jason Lee
me
I
at the
thought
front
looked
of the
good.
shirt because I don't know. I'm the fucking front man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm out of focus. Yeah. Yeah, that's killer. All right, so that was soundtracks. What else did we have? We
Albums
hit.
of 1984 was next.
I think I've said this before. 84 was 83 was better for me. 84 was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Those these years were I'm sure it was due to age. I'm sure it was access, but 82, 83, 84
Yeah.
were big for me, man.
Yeah.
Big, 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 big,
That's when I
big.
started buying. Yeah.
Yeah, 82 was so big because in 82 Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast came out. Um, that was big for me. 83 had Pyromania.
Yep. I bought that
Um,
one.
oh yeah,
And
and plus,
Synchronicity.
oh yeah, weren't those? Was
I don't know if
Synchronicity was one of your first ones, wasn't it?
I bought those two at the same
Same
time.
time, and I
Pyromania
bought,
and Synchronicity. Yep.
and in '83 I bought Kilroy Was Here by
Of
Styx,
course.
the greatest Styx album ever. I will fight anybody about that, and which would be I would be fighting a lot of people because people
Yeah.
hate that robot shit. Um, and I bought Men at Work's Cargo.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I remember Cargo. That was a great album too.
I would have bought then Heartbeat City, of course.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
I got to get my kid into the cars more.
Vital Signs I bought
Who's
in Cadillac, Michigan on vinyl.
what's
Have you
Vital
ever
Signs? Who is it?
Survivor?
Oh yeah, you're a Survivor guy. I forgot.
Yeah, Jimmy Jameson's first record, I believe.
Let me. And you're talking 83, 80,
84.
84. What
Yeah.
was 84 for me? You know what was?
Slide It In came out.
That's a great record. I
Out of
VOA
the
came out.
Cellar, Ride the Lightning.
We're all 84, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, 84 is a good year too, because
Uh,
that's Haggard's VOA came out. I like that. That I Can't Drive 55 on it. I think that was 84. I
Peter
think
Wolf's Lights Out. Yeah.
wonder if Power Slave by Iron Maiden came out in 84
It
or
did.
85. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
That's
one
the
too.
Egyptian one. That's where I started. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 82
Um,
82 was big for Number of the Beast. 83 had there you go. Here's Iron Maiden. 82 Number of the Beast, 83 Power or Peace of Mind, which
Peace
is
of
Nico
Mind.
McBrain's first record. Then you're into 84 with Power Slave. 85 is Somewhere in Time. I mean, god dang, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, killer. All right, what else?
Female Names was next.
What was it?
Songs with female names.
Oh man, just so many good ones.
Yeah, I had
Yeah, let me hear you
like
list.
Good Lord Laurie and
Ruby is a good one
I
for me.
that's where I introduced you to that song Nobody Cares About Julie by Andy Timmons
Oh yeah. Yep.
on that
Hey,
Orange Swirl record.
I got to think of a song. There was another song you turned me on to. I can't remember. Anyhow, yeah, I mean, for me, Ruby would be big. Um,
Emily
Lucille.
by Andrew Combs.
Yeah, there's some good ones. Girl.
Chelsea Dagger from the Fratellis.
Oh yeah, the Fratellis. There they are. Yeah. All right. What's another show we did?
We had then we had our pal Drew Phillips for must have albums.
Dude, that was really fun. I like Drew. I like Drew. He's such a cool musician. He was like I said, I met Drew when he was playing with Noah Smith.
Yep.
We played with those guys, and he just he was playing bass in Noah's band, and he just looked so cool. He was cool.
Noah was out of Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was just Drew was so cool, and I still have one of my songs that Drew played bass on that I never did anything with. I still have it. He played bass for me on a song, and it was
Yeah,
super
he
cool.
introduced us both to Sloan
Yes, who I
that
rocked. What was
episode.
that tune I was rocking by them so hard?
I got two of their records from
Yeah. Dude,
and
oh,
then
what was the
he
slow?
introduced me. I don't know if you checked out the band Dada he introduced us to.
No, I was so riding that
Sloan record.
Sloan record. What
Yeah.
is a song that I like from them so much? It's so good. Anyhow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Drew. He's killer, man. And he plays
Then
in
we
that
had
kick ass.
Denny, our
Oh,
pal Denny Smith's first appearance for British albums.
yeah. What was my last conversation with Denny Smith? I don't remember what it was about.
Mine
Certainly
was
some.
about I asked him if he liked the Counting Crows.
What'd he say?
Not really.
Shit.
He doesn't care for Adam because there's this band that I used to follow. They're an indie band. They're called Mind Flow. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
The singer, I think his name is Tony Roberts, I think. But he sounds a lot like Adam Duritz from the Crows.
Dude,
But you
if
cannot find anything from Mindflow. I looked on Spotify, I could find nothing. But I have two of their records, and I think I have one or two of his solo records. But I'll have to send something to you on like Dropbox or something because he sounds and sometimes they even lean into it like, wow, this sounds like the Rain King kinda, you know?
Oh, dude, I first of all, I'm a huge Counting Crows fan. My
I
wife
know.
hates him. My wife hates Adam Duritz. She does a little thing with her arms when she pretends to
Is
be
it?
him.
Yeah. Well, do you ever have that with okay, if somebody yeah, because you had that with the singer from oh our band from our Led Zeppelin band here.
Oh, Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah, you didn't care for the singer the way he dresses. You
I did not.
so that turns you off to their views. Isn't that weird? Why do we do that shit? Or
Because
like
I'm a
if a bunch of
poser. That's
frat
why I do
boys
it.
like something, I'll hate it
It's
just
because I'm a
by
poser.
principle.
Yeah, I'm a poser. So
You
if
know,
you don't
like well,
look
and
cool,
it
I'm
sucks
out.
anyway, but I don't like Dave Matthews. Not
I
because a
don't
bunch of frat boys like it, because it sucks
I don't
anyway,
like
but
his music of a ton. I know a
it's
woman who's a
bad.
huge fanatic. I'm not into it. And if yeah, I guess, dude,
Just
but
recycled cookie cutter bullshit.
well, and you can't be mad at me for caring how bands look because I grew up in a time where bands look different than everybody else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking and just here now, I have, of course, my gift from you. I have Mick Ronson. I have a full Ziggy Stardust Bowie framed poster. Bands look like different than everyday people. And then I'm wired for that. It's like
Yeah.
Glenn Hughes. I've always shared this clip of Glenn Hughes talking in the Quiet Riot movie. He's like, I want my rock and roll big and a show, and me too. I mean, even though Americana music sort of helped me, where you could dress kind of to this day, dude. To this day, if I'm playing, if I've played in Dutch Henry or even fill-in gigs or whatever, for the most part, I've never once, and I can proudly say this, and I'm not counting Chuck Taylor's, but I've never played in a pair of tennis shoes. My dad would never do that. He would never go to the gig in the shit he wore around the house ever
Right.
once. It was, and I mean, everybody knows my father and I aren't close. he left when I was pretty young, but I don't credit him enough because the music thing, again, he wasn't my biological father, but when I met my biological father was a musician as well. But my dad, he's the guy. I mean, I wanted to be him. I didn't want
Yeah.
to be Don Williams, even though I love Don Williams. I wanted to be my dad. I wanted to drive truck. I wanted to wear cowboy boots and jeans and so he taught me that. That's why sometimes I can't get behind a band, and that's stupid. But it's the whole package, right?
Yeah.
Rock and roll, man. Oh, by the way, I got to take a side street. So 2 nights ago, a couple nights ago, we're sitting in our chairs because I don't. Do you and your wife have chairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody on the show, if you reach a certain age, you and your significant other will have chairs in front of the TV, right?
Yes, in front of the TV.
But kind of that's your post. I mean, my post is I have the worst chair right now. It's a piece of shit. But we're sitting in our chairs, and my wife, of all people, all of a sudden, we're sometimes when you're bored and you can't find anything to watch, we just go to YouTube and we'll pull up videos. Sometimes she'll go close your eyes, right? Surprise, we do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm doing something. She pulls up again, a live Zeppelin, dude. And I think Quinn was even home. I'm sitting in my chair and we're watching like stuff from Song Remains the Same, some early Zeppelin, and I think she wanted to watch like Going to California or something. But anyhow, dude, I mean, that's it. It's Jimmy Page. When you see Jimmy Page on stage with Robert Plant, and Jimmy's got his dragon get up on, and his Les Paul is below his navel. It's so low. Dude, how could you, when you've seen that and you've idolized that, the guys in Pearl Jam, no matter how cool they are, don't do the same thing for you. And that's because I'm a poser. All right. What's our next show?
We had British albums with Denny, and then we had songs about
Led
rain.
Zeppelin. Which is a great time. Who in an interview said they avoid rain? Oh, it's Jason Isbell.
Right.
Jason, he goes, I don't write about rain. He goes, but Ryan Adams has some great rain songs. I don't know. That's pretty fertile ground, man. Speaking of Counting Crows, Rain King's a great song.
It is.
Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. I'm sure I had that on my list. That's a great song. And some things are just driven into us as theatrical things. Like, if it's pouring rain and a girl opens the door, there's going to be a dude standing out in the rain who told her to piss off and now has run back to her. I've seen it a million times. It's like that in songs too. I mean, they're cliches. Some songs about rain are pretty cliche, but so are and I'm not trying to talk about us like, like we're contemporaries with these people or anything, but Ghost of Sunset has a new song coming out called Nothing But the Radio.
Mm-hmm.
The radio is a pretty fertile stomping grounds for songwriters too. Talking about I forget if it was, I think it was John Bon Jovi called it the dashboard Jesus one time. I don't know. I think rain's pretty fertile. Who Will Stop the Rain? Have you ever seen the rain? I mean, obviously CCR loved it. Bob Dylan loved it. Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. I bet that was on my list.
That was probably your number one.
Probably. What do you got next?
Songs about alcohol.
Shit. I'm sure I was just thinking about this recently. Certainly Whiskey Bottle by Uncle Tupelo. I mean, that was a problematic song for me. I would get so drunk and I would listen to it on repeat. I would bawl. I felt trapped in my alcoholism, yet proud of it at the same time, how effed up that is.
Yeah.
Oh man, Whiskey River.
Let's Go Get Stoned by Ray Charles was a favorite, or is still a favorite of mine, which is not about getting stoned. It's about taking a few pennies and going to get me a bottle of gin.
Yeah, which, I mean, alcohol is kind of is fertile ground too. I mean, and I'm sure we talked about him on that episode, but George Thorogood's the king, man.
Oh yeah.
He's
One
the
bourbon's
king.
on my second on my list,
He's the
next
king.
to whiskey drinking woman.
And it's funny, we talked about it too, I bet, on that show where you want to be like you know, oh, I like one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer, and you say who's the original artist? Do you remember?
Is it John Lee Hooker?
I think it is. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I look John Lee bullshit,
No,
dude.
you
You like
don't.
George Thorogood. That's where you heard it quick.
He
That's
added lyrics and made the song better.
he added lyrics and made it more musical, right? He
Hmm.
gave the story a hook and a
He gave it
turnaround.
more of a he added to the story, I should say, and
Yes.
made it make a little more sense.
His live version, I love Thorogood,
Oh,
is
it's like
so
eight
good.
minutes or
Yeah,
something,
where
nine
he's
minutes. Killer.
you got my rent money yet, sucker? I said no.
I
Yeah,
seen you leaning up against a post. Yeah, just
I don't believe you're looking for no
I
job.
believe you're trying to find no job.
Saw you there downtown just leaning on a post.
I said, but I'm tired.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good. It's so good. He owns a drinking song, man. I mean, we played in a cover band I was in. We played "If You Don't Start Drinking." I sang it.
Oh,
Budweiser,
that opening
Budweiser,
riff is
Miller
just
Lite. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my God, I love it. I love a good drinking song. I'm sober now, and I still will rock a good booze song. I love them. I love
Hell
them.
yeah.
I love them. Again, Rednecks, White Sox, and Blue Ribbon Beer is a
Oh
classic.
yeah.
Yeah, killer, killer. All right, what else? Give me another show.
113, 1987.
That would have been White Snake's, the big White Snake album's 87.
Yeah,
What'd you
I
have?
believe it. Yeah.
Let me hear what you got on your 87 list. Do you have it handy?
Let's see if I can find it. 80,
87.
man.
God, I'm trying. I must, obviously, I had stuff. I wonder what it was. I'm sure there
White
was some.
Snake for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big Snake album,
Huh.
the self titled White Snake album. 87. How old would I have been? I was still, oh, wasn't, no. Pussycat's debut
15?
was Pussycat's debut in 86.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what I was rocking in 87. I wonder if Rush's Hold Your Fire came out in 87.
Oh, I bet that was on your list because
I love that album.
yeah, you bought it at a truck stop, right?
Yeah, I love that album. I love it.
Then we had Rizzo from The Great Affairs on for
Woo!
our favorite back-to-back albums of the 90s.
There were some good ones. Actually,
Alice in Chains and
that would be Facelift and Dirt, right? Yeah, killer.
yeah.
Dude, so back to the, and I'm glad the Counting Crows came up because I got on a kick. Also, if you love the Counting Crows, Grand Rapids dude, I know you know him, Spencer Mulder.
Mm-hmm.
He has a song called She Didn't Miss Me. The guitar part kind of sounds like Mrs. Potter's Lullaby off Recovering the Satellites.
Okay.
I think that's up. It's off. I think it might be off This Desert Life. Anyhow, oh shoot, I just killed everything. There we go. Wow, I'm surprised that didn't break. So Counting Crows, yeah, that back to back, August and everything after, and Recovering the Satellites.
Yeah.
That's a good back to back because that Recovering the Satellites record, the first single was called Angels of the Silences, and it was heavy, man. It was cool, real guitar-y, and what other back to backs? Any Maiden? Maiden always did that. I mean, you could go
Fear of
number
the Dark was 90, what, 4, I think?
Yeah.
And then
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know what
in 90s Maiden, I better back off that. I better
fell
back off
off a
that.
little bit for
Yeah,
some
by
Maiden
90s,
fans.
I did. What else was I
I love
into?
that song, Fear of the Dark, though. That's
I
a
do
great
too.
song.
I also like Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter,
Oh,
even though
God,
it's
yeah, that's a killer,
stupid.
too.
Holy Smoke is pretty good. You know what else would have been in the 90s though, back to back, is I actually thought Pearl Jam's 10 and Pearl Jam. I waited in line to get Versus,
Yeah.
which is killer.
That was probably on your list. Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Man, the 90s though. What I'm sure Oasis would have had Definitely Maybe, and then
Yeah.
What's the Story, Morning Glory. Those were back to
Right.
back. I'm digging
It's a
Oasis a lot
Wonder
lately
Wall
too.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what do you got next?
Moon songs.
Oh, Bark at the Moon would have been on there for me.
Cajun Moon by J.J. Cale.
Let me think. Moon songs for me.
Let's see. Shame on the Moon, Rodney Crowell would have been
Oh,
on
that's
my
a good
list.
song. Yeah, I'm trying to think. My moon. Oh, I would have had Black Moon Creepin' by the Black Crowes.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. There you go.
You had that King Harvest song, right?
Oh, Dancing in the Moonlight.
Yes.
Dancing in the. That's a great tune.
I checked it out after that because I remember I couldn't remember that song, and then I
Yeah.
listened to it because I have it on some soundtrack or something. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this song.
Yeah, I owe my wife for that
I
one.
think
She
it's on
turned
a
that in.
yacht rock album I have
Yeah.
actually.
That would check out. That would check out for sure. What was our next show?
Um, Pop Punk with Melissa Dillon.
That is no offense because Melissa was a great guest and certainly knowledgeable and enthusiastic. Probably the biggest struggle episode we've ever done for me.
Yeah.
I just had nothing to contribute. I shouldn't have even been there. Truly, I had nothing to contribute. That is,
It was our most watched on YouTube as well,
yeah.
that
Well, she
episode.
was great, and you
Yeah.
guys were great. You knew a lot of that, and you had great arguments about it. And someone actually came to my defense about something on there. But that would be by, I mean, and like you know who would have been a great guest? Todd Long would have been a great guest. He
Yes,
knows
he
that
would
stuff,
have.
and he was in. I'm sure. I know I talked about Molly. I still
Molly.
think they were great at it, and I just got all their records. Todd sent them to me digitally so I could listen to them again. They are really good. They were cool. But I still kind of think like Marvelous 3 was a little punk poppy too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Especially that first record.
I was way out of my league in
Math
that
and Other
episode.
Problems.
Yeah, I was out of my league in that episode, that pop punk out thing, but that's still good songs because I'm sure I talked about the All American Rejects. I love them. That's my son's genre. He loves that music. He really loves it. So, all right, what's next?
Cities and States.
What did you have? You have your list there?
I have Oh My Sweet Carolina was my number one, of
That's
course.
killer. Ryan Adams.
Manhattan Island Serenade by Leon Russell. Love that song. Old North State from American Aquarium.
I wonder what I would have had.
Busted in Baylor County by Shooter Jennings.
I wonder if I had Indianapolis by the Bottle Rockets. Do you
You
know that
did.
song?
Yep.
That's a great tune, man.
2 Tickets to Tokyo by Ghosts of Sunset.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I would never say that, but I kind of like that
It's
song
on
too.
my list.
I like that song too.
Uncle Boudreaux went to Texas.
Ben De La Cour. That's a great tune too. Yeah,
Amarillo by Morning.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder if I had
San Diego.
Oh yeah,
Dutch Henry.
I love that song too. I wonder if I had I wonder if I had Crescent City by Lucinda Williams.
I'm sure you did.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Man, I've been
Is that one about somebody? I can't.
I don't think so. It's kind of
No?
her going back to the Crescent City where everything's still the same.
Yeah.
There's a great line in there about my brother lives in Manderville in
What's the song she wrote about Blaze called? Do you remember?
Drunken Angel.
Drunken Angel, yes.
Yeah. All right, next show.
What did we have? My phone just disappeared. Number songs.
Come on, man, get your technology together.
44 Days, Dutch Henry was
Yeah.
one of mine.
Number songs. Boy, what would I have had? 38 years old, I should have by Tragically Hip.
Sixth Avenue Heartache.
There's a great record for you. Nobody talks about them. That Wallflowers record, Bringing Down the Horse, is so freaking good, dude.
Did you ever check out the newest one?
I may have
Butch Walker produced it. It's really good.
Do you remember what it's called?
I'm
gonna write it down.
Not
it's the latest, though.
It's the latest one. It's got like a white and purplish cover, I believe.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I just wrote it down so I can listen.
He's got a song on there that totally rips off. To me, it sounds like. Do you remember the song? Red Akins wrote it, but Brooks and Dunn had kind of a hit with it called "Put a Girl in It."
I don't think so.
Put a girl in it, and yeah, it's but he totally rips off that riff. I swear to God.
Wow.
But either, then I had, let's see, When I'm 64 was on my list. I love that song.
Oh, I had One After 909 by the Beatles.
Seven Bridges Road. Yes, you did. Seven Bridges Road by Steve Young.
Yeah, that's a good song too.
Firehouse also does a kick-ass cover of that song.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You're a big Firehouse guy, aren't you?
I am not.
You're not.
I am not. I'm a songs guy from Firehouse.
Yeah, there's some.
I'm a
like
Bill
Don't
Liberty
Treat Me
guy.
Oh, he's a ripper, man. He's a monster.
CJ Snare just passed, didn't he, in 2024?
Yes, he sure did.
He
sure did. And Perry, plays in Striper. The bass player for Firehouse is in Striper now.
Oh, okay. What's Bill
And
Leverty doing? You know?
no, I don't, to be honest with you. I know they
Can
did.
he sing?
I don't know. Yeah, he's got to, because they all sing harmony in that
'Cause I
band.
wonder if he does any solo stuff. I should
Their
look that up.
Firehouse is touring. They have a singer. They
Oh,
have a
they
new
got a
singer.
new singer?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't know them. I think they're touring though. Yeah, I saw them. I saw Firehouse in concert. They were good.
I did too. I saw him open for Tesla.
Me too. Me
Yep.
too. And they sort of remind me, like Firehouse reminds me, and so does Steelheart.
They're
Um,
like Danger-ish. All those bands
yes,
were the
yeah.
same to
They
me.
were all
Yeah.
kind of came at the same time, sounded similar, I think.
Yeah.
Firehouse like reminded me of almost like a harder rock Boston, the big harmony, or
Yeah.
Journey.
Did you, which Danger singer? I mean, I know neither one of us were huge into those, but I liked Ted Poley.
I was a Ted Pohl, and you know why? Is when I was a kid, before I turned 20, we were on a compilation album, which was a big deal. I mean,
Oh,
huge back then.
is
This would have
that
been,
Paris Records?
yes. And
Yes, I
Ted
had
Poley
it.
had a band called Bone Machine. They
Oh
were
yeah,
on
I
it.
saw those guys.
Yep.
I think I saw them in Grand Rapids.
That would check out. Yeah, I bet.
I think they played at oh, do you remember that? It's a church now, I think, in Easttown. It was called the Easttown Works. It was like a
Yes.
rock bar
Yep.
for a
Yep.
short time. I don't think it lasted
Yeah,
long,
they had
maybe a
like
year.
touring, like I'll call them hair bands, but hard rock bands. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I saw the dude from Real World's band there, Adrian
Andre.
Andre,
Yeah, man.
Lazy Bones.
Yeah, I liked that tune.
I think
Yeah,
Jeff Kerr
they
and
were
I
called
saw those
they were
guys
called
at
Rain Dance.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, they
Jeff
were
Kerr and
cool.
I saw those guys at the Easttown Works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andre. Yeah, had cool hair, cool band.
That we were bummed because they just did a bunch of covers. We wanted to hear their songs.
Yeah, I remember Lazy Bones. That they
Yes.
would play that on the show.
Yep. Yep.
Every time they talked about the band. That's crazy. All right,
Then
what do
we
you got
did
next?
let's see. Oh, Ross Cooper.
Which was pretty
Um
eye-opening to me.
alt country favorites.
That was eye-opening to me, and here's why. I don't know how old Ross Cooper is.
35?
Great, that
Ish.
explains it. Because I would be what I was talking about was, I mean, I felt like he didn't know a ton about, say, Jason and the Scorchers or the Flying Burrito, or even Uncle Tupelo to some degree. I mean, he said it, so it's funny how much of that has changed, right?
Well,
And
the reason I say that is because he says in one of his songs, I'm 29 going on 39, and I think that would make him
35.
35-ish.
He also, again, I got hooked, and it took me a second. Obviously, I even let you know when I got hooked on, I Rode the Wild Horses was a song you turned me on to.
Yep.
But everybody wants to do, everybody wants
Everybody
to be
wants
a
to be a
cowboy
cowboy.
is so freaking good. And it's again, the music is, it really, the music reminds me of Dirks Bentley. That's how I'm doing since you did what you done to me. I
Just
sometimes cry.
he's
You know,
got he's got such great lines. I can't remember the name of the song. It's on his new record called Lightning Heart, but he says the crowd was light. We play at 5. These screws ain't stripped out yet.
yeah,
Just
killer.
fucking so killer, man.
Yeah, I became a Ross Cooper fan because of that show. And again, the other thing is, you talk about doing cowboy shit. He's really done cowboy
He's
shit.
done it
Yeah,
bareback.
yeah. And the way, in I Rode the Wild Horses, just how he describes like the fairgrounds and the lights and I mean,
Yeah.
that's killer. Yeah. All right, what do you got next?
Days of the week.
I wonder if I had Days of the Week by Stone Temple Pilots.
I think that
I
was one of
should
the
have.
first you mentioned, I think.
Yeah, that's a great tune. It's a great tune.
Yeah.
Oh, Monday's great.
Yep.
Tuesday's gone. Remember, we talked about how Saturday night's big. Saturday night's all right for fighting, that kind of thing.
Yep.
What did you have? What were a couple off your list?
I don't
Oh,
know
you don't
where
have it?
my list went, but
Yeah, we actually, there's a song by the Holy Cows called "Thank God It's Wednesday."
yep.
Thank God it's Wednesday. It's a rocker. My buddy and I have a friend who was an certainly he was my drinking partner back then, and we would like say stuff like on Monday nights we'd be hammered drunk, and we'd always joke and be like, "Oh, you got to do something to break up the week." It's like Monday. And then everyone, this is the guy that I drank so much in a year with. He's the guy I tell the story that I remember after that year, literally after that year had passed, I said to him one day, I said, "Hey, dude, tonight I think I want to fall asleep." And the reason I said it is for the entire year prior, every single night I passed out. I didn't go to
Yeah.
sleep. And I said to him, we called it fading to black. You'd just be sitting on the couch the next minute. You'd be out, and then you wake up and stumble into your room. But anyhow, he and I would also get wasted on Wednesdays, and we'd listen to the Holy Cows. Thank God it's Wednesday. So Monday was, I'm glad we're breaking up the week. So, all right. What do you got next?
We had bluesy rock albums next.
Come on, dude. There's my genre.
Yeah.
That's where I live. And I call Faster Pussycat bluesy rock.
Yep.
I call Brother Kane bluesy rock. I call the Black Crowes bluesy rock. I call the London Choir Boys bluesy rock. I mean, that's my stuff. Great White.
I had Long Cold Winter.
Oh, Cinderella. There's a band. Once they got done with night songs, the next album was Long Cold Winter, and then on to Heartbreak Station. They were damn near, and I contend that Kiefer's solo band, they're a Southern rock band almost. And those dudes, I mean, he's from Philly, but yeah, that's my genre. Bluesy rock is where I live. That's even in my heavy metal.
Yep.
I had
Richie. I had Taj Mahal. I had the Spoon record. That's kind of bluesy. I had Thorogood, of course. Bonnie Raitt.
Oh yeah, those are all good.
Those are the Doors, good. L.A. Woman.
I should have had the Steepwater Band from Chicago too.
Oh yeah,
they're killer. All right, what's next?
Then we moved on to one-offs and side projects.
What's your favorite?
My number one was Pride and Glory.
Oh, dude. I just watched a killer interview with Zach, too. He was on Shred with Shifty, Chris Shiflett's
the Postal
podcast.
Service with Ben from that one band, Death Cab.
Oh, yeah, super. I don't know, man. I'm sure I would have had, certainly Golden Smog would have been on my list.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would have had, I still consider like, the Flying Burrito Brothers kind of to be a offshoot maybe of the Birds or vice versa. Oh yeah, that's good too. Who else do I like in throwing together super groups? I don't know, Pride or side projects. Pride and Glory.
Pride and Glory is my number one, yeah.
I mean, you can't
the Grays with Jason Faulkner, that was a cool record.
Yeah, man, there's some good ones. There's some good. I love when I'm sure we talked about Contraband, which was Tracy Guns and Cher Peterson and all those guys. Blotzer was in it.
Then we had songs about famous people. Like maybe you wouldn't know that this was about this person.
Oh yeah. I hope we had Edison's Medicine.
Yep. Well, we had Song and Emotion. I had Song and Emotion on my list.
Steve Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
God. Yeah, like Shine On You Crazy Diamond.
Was that about Syd Barrett?
Yes.
Hey, if you go back to bluesy rock for a second, you gotta have Tesla. You gotta have Tesla in there.
Oh, for sure.
Gotta have them. Boy, songs about. I'm sure I had Drunken Angel about Blaze Foley.
Yep.
Boy, what else? Oh, Willie the Wandering Gypsy and Me could be one. Waylon Willie and Me by David Allan Coe. My son and I both love that song. Willie.
I had It Ain't Over Till It's Over by Lenny Kravitz.
Who's that about?
Lisa Bonet.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a great. He sings
the song cool. 715 by my friend Peter Cooper. That's about Hank Aaron.
I think I had Long White Cadillac. That's about Hank Sr.'s death.
I had a couple. Well, there was a few. Peter Cooper had Old Strom, the song about Strom Thurmond.
I bet I had Jimmy Carter by Blue Mountain.
Oh, is that from Dog Days or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's the Chosen One, which is about Ozzy by Zach by Zach. Pride and Glory disc.
I wonder if I had Machine Gun Man. That's by Zach about his dad.
Yep.
Yeah. Killer.
Madness by Muse, which is about Kate Hudson.
Oh, oh, you know what? That's funny. Chris Robinson has a song about Kate Hudson too. Katie Deer.
Yep.
What
It's
do we got
on the New
next?
Earth Mud record. Yeah.
Which is great.
The Peter Cooper, I don't know if this is his song, but he also does Thin Wild Mercury, which is the song about Phil Oakes
Oh, okay.
when he gets thrown out of the car for saying, well, he says, Dylan says, you're not a writer, you're a journalist. Yeah.
God damn. It's gangster. All right. What
Dylan,
do you
you're
got
not a
next?
writer, you're a journalist. Um, let's see. Are you gonna watch that Dylan movie that's coming out?
I don't think so.
I don't really watch that stuff either.
I would rather watch Don't Look Back or the movie about the review when he did the Rolling Thunder review. There's a movie about
Okay.
that. Yeah, that's actually footage of the tour. I prefer that. But
124 was a freestyle like today.
okay, move.
125 was breakup songs.
I hope the breakup song was in there.
I had Crazy Eddie's Last Hurrah from Reckless Kelly.
Oh yeah, right. I just saw they're playing a show somewhere. Um, yeah, break so
Getting
many.
Over You by Ghosts of Sunset. And I think I called you a hair metal Shakespeare.
Hair metal Shakespeare. That's fucking funny. Breakup. What's my favorite? So many good breakup songs. You know what a good one for me is? And I've been on a kick lately, so you'll have to forgive me. But Along December by Counting Crows is really good.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. That's a
Yeah,
club banger. That's on my
yeah.
list.
My son just got into that.
Did
Just got into it.
that song?
Yeah, just
How
got into
great.
it. Yep.
Well, he likes Avril Lavigne, so that checks
Yep.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. He's into it. He's
We
into it big
had
time.
the albums of 1988 next.
Wow.
Geek hair metal. I
No,
mean,
yeah. Right. That was a great hair metal time. I don't know what else. What's the next show in the interest of time?
Colors.
Of course, Blue by the Jayhawks. Red by Sammy Hagar would have been on my list.
Yeah, I had Redneck Friend, Purple GTO,
Falling Down
Sarah
Blue by Blue
Gorgeous,
Rodeo would have been on
Big
mine.
Brown Eyes by the old
Old
97s.
97s. That's a great song. All right, next.
Soft Rock with Denny Smith.
Oh, that
Part
was a great
two.
episode.
Second visit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great episode.
I
I love
texted him a few days ago actually and said, "Hey, did you ever check out that Looking Glass record?" Of
Oh
course,
yeah.
he sent me a picture back of the album cover.
Yeah, killer. I like so there's so many good ones. It's sort of yacht rock they call it too, I guess, but
Yeah,
man, if you give me like Sundown by
I've been
Gordon
listening to that
Lightfoot.
that Doobies record that he
Oh,
recommended on there. So
that
Captain and Me.
I think I said too, maybe in that episode, that when I was a kid, there was a Doobies concert on TV. It was it was Michael McDonald, the whole taking it to the streets kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was the bomb. Yeah. I love the Doobs.
Then we had Sasha Chaban
Great episode.
talk about music and films.
Probably our most scholarly episode.
Oh my goodness.
Would you agree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart. That
Yeah.
that dude is he knows. I mean, he could write everything I know on the back of a matchbook with a fat crayon about
Yeah.
music. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that, that
It was
dude
very
is
interesting. That was a fun
oh.
episode.
And then last week was intros that we love. Our last episode.
Was it what? Was intros?
Intros.
I'm sure I don't even remember last week, but I'm sure Crazy Train and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
And
bet.
we talked about the plug-in in, remember?
Yep, the plug-in.
Yeah, the
And the
plug-in's a
yeah,
classic.
because I like the beginning of Banditos. So just how far down.
Yeah. You know what?
And
And
we
I don't know
Hopper Teacher, Mean Streets. Yeah.
you know what I should have had on there. I don't know if I did. Is you know what a great intro is that freaking Everclear song, Santa Monica.
Oh, it is.
That clean
I
guitar.
have the in-store play sampler that they had in the music station at BIM. I have that disc here, and it's got an acoustic version of that song on it.
I bet it's good. I
And
should
it's got
learn
like
that song.
acoustic, a bunch like Strawberry Girl, I think.
Ah,
There's a whole bunch of those acoustic. That band was kind of cool.
Everclear.
Yeah.
I think they were super. I think that Sparkle and Fade album's the bomb.
Did you
Had
see
that.
speaking of bands similar to that, did you see Sponge is going to be in town in
I
March?
did. I did. I did. And I again, one of the best rock shows I ever saw was Sponge opening for Kiss at Tiger Stadium. Of course, I have the connection to Vinny Dombrowski, who was, I
We
mean,
should go to that.
I know that would be fun, dude.
It's on a
When Vinny
Saturday.
when Vinny Dombrowski came into the studio, I shit you not a bit. It was, you know how those like real rock star people have that? He has that. Vinny
Yeah.
Dombrowski has that. And he's, I mean, no offense to him because I'm a big fan, but this matters. The older I get, the more like Vinny is not a young dude, and he's still a great rock and roll front man. And
Yeah.
they put on a great show. I just missed him. I just played that festival with him. And I just missed him. I was actually talking to their guitar player the whole time, like, hey man, are you getting close? And I played my set and they were playing the night set, and I'm like, I'm out. But I told everyone I knew to stay and see Sponge because they're the coolest band ever. Yeah. So there's our year. There's 2024. A lot of losses, had some musical losses,
Yeah.
you know.
Slim Dunlap recently.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So I was just, I'm glad you mentioned Slim because for years I wore a necklace that I had gotten when I early in his cancer diagnosis. I donated like, I don't know, $150 or something and got a necklace and some other shit. I used to wear this yellow Songs for Slim bracelet for years and years and years and years. And I went back and I listened to, man, shooting. And you know what's sad is I, for years, have considered Pleased to Meet Me, Slim's album.
Doesn't
Like
play on it,
he
though.
doesn't play on it at all.
No.
He doesn't come in until Don't Tell a Soul.
He plays on it when they played live, but he doesn't
Right.
play on the studio album.
Right.
No.
And I didn't know. So for the longest
Yeah, because a lot of
time,
people think that's his first record.
I did for years, dude,
So did I. Yeah.
until I realized they did it
It's the
three
next
piece.
one with Portland on it. I can't remember
Yeah.
the name of the record.
And I think I'll Be You is on there.
Yeah.
On Don't Tell a Soul.
Don't Tell a Soul.
That's
There
his
you go.
record. Yeah. Yeah. So again, for us, for people like us,
There was,
losing.
there's some records in 2024 that I dug. The new Made by These Moments by the Red Clay Strays. That record is amazing if you're into Southern rock.
And I'm wondering what marked my 2020. I'll tell you this. I spent a good block of 2024 listening to Ross Cooper.
Yeah.
I spent a good part of 2024 listening to Glenn at
Happiness
Butch Walker.
Bastards.
I listened to the New Crows. I listened to the band Feel. I mean, there were things that caught me, but I'll tell you what I'm rocking right now is that freaking, and I didn't get it when it came out. I wasn't super into it. Stay Gold by Butch Walker.
Oh yeah, I love that record.
I'm rocking that right now. So I'm new onto that. That I got hot on that.
Razorlight, one of my favorite bands from England, just came out with a brand new record with original guys. The Cure record I really like.
You said that was killer.
Songs of a Lost World. Zach Bryan's Great American Bar Scene is a cool record. Haven't spent a lot of time with. I love the new Eminem record. The Death of Slim Shady is phenomenal.
Is it pretty? Have you listened
so
to the new Snoop and Dre record yet?
I have not.
Friend of mine sent me something where they had sampled. It was Snoop and Dre and Jelly Roll, who I guess I'm not a fan of. Really, doesn't seem like a bad cat, but I'm just not into it. They sampled Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Oh, okay.
And
Listen to the song Winning Streak by Jelly Roll.
Is it good?
Tell me what you think.
All right. I'm going to write that down too.
Travis, their record LA Times. I was way into that this spring when that came out. I believe it was this spring. The new Pumpkins is cool. I've spun that a few times. The new Flotsam and Jetsam, I Am the Weapon, is fucking badass.
Nice.
New Jerry Cantrell I got and have only listened to a few tracks, but I love Jerry. So
I know I'm trying, I'm
the new David Rawlings and Gillian Welch too, called Woodland. Have you checked that out?
I did, dude. Yep, I've been. You know who told me about that? Denny Smith.
Oh yeah, I dig that.
Yep, I've been listening to that. Denny turned me on to that.
The Vaccines have a new record that I dig. They're a British band. I think they were touring with the Kooks, another band I love from the UK.
Kooks. Yep.
But yeah, 2024, man. I can't believe that you're still hanging out with me.
Dude, you know what? I've realized I'm a terrible friend and partner in a lot of ways. I don't work like in music. I don't work fast enough for Todd Long, my partner. I know he hates that about me, and I don't know. I'm either really busy or I'm just a shitty time manager, and I think it's a little bit of both.
So you
But
recommended, I wanted to ask you that or tell you this. You recommended I listen to Jubilee by Grant Lee Buffalo.
I love that record.
Two tracks really stood out to me.
Truly, truly, truly.
True, yes, that's one.
Yep.
And then something,
Testimony.
no, it was later. Blood,
See,
no.
and I like come to mama, she says,
It
come to mama. That's a great tune.
sometimes I was like, what is this? What is this guy trying to be? Is this like Poppy Neil Young? I didn't
I don't
know.
know how I got to it. To this day, I don't know how I discovered that band. I'm guessing record
But
store working.
two tracks really stood out. I can't remember what the other one's
Yeah.
called, but and
I'm
truly,
glad
truly
you at
was
least
one
gave
of
it a
them.
try. Glad you gave it a try.
I'll give it more. I just
I don't know. It's one of those records again, like Happiness Bastards by the Black Crows. I
yeah,
hated it. I even hated that single, and then it clicked. I didn't.
yeah.
Ross Cooper took me a second. Dude, it took me as much as I listen to them now. The Gaslight Anthem took me a hot second. I couldn't get past his using other people's lyrics so much, and now I'm
Right.
okay
I
with it.
remember that.
Yep, yep.
The New American Aquarium is pretty cool. The Fear of Standing Still.
Yeah, I like that
DJ's
band. You
going
turned me
out
on.
by himself for a while. He's coming to Detroit, but I think it's on like a Wednesday and I just
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, Daddy doesn't go out on Wednesdays. That's for sure. All right, you got any parting words for this is your parting words for 2024. So we're
This,
wrapping up a
no, I don't
year.
have any parting words. I just want to tell everybody, this is coming out on Christmas. So have a great Christmas
Yeah. Amen, everybody.
or
Merry Christmas.
Toyotathon or Happy Honda Days, whatever you celebrate.
Yes, I only celebrate Honda days.
And like and tell people about the show. It's awesome that, I think I looked, it's like 89 countries and over almost 1,500. It's like 1,488 cities around the world. I know when I looked at our Spotify wrap up thing, it said like 29 countries consistently listen. But which
And that's something.
is that crazy, man?
It is crazy. And I don't know how to build. Always every year we talk about building. We're gonna build. We're gonna build something new. We're gonna do more. We've talked about sponsor. I just listened to Chris Shiflett's podcast, and the dude does a commercial for this website that he's connected to. And I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe. My biggest fear about having guests on is we start kissing ass. My biggest fear about sponsorship is somehow people think it's insincere. So we'll
But the
discuss it.
guests that we have are not going to be,
No,
they're
they're all,
not like household name type
no, and
of,
they're all killer anyhow. And they're
but
friends and they're
that's why we
people who
have
like
them
music. Yeah, they're people who like music and can
because we
talk
know
about it.
it's like, I think I can safely say that we're going to have Bree Bagwell on.
Right. Yeah, we're
And
looking for people who want to talk about music and not necessarily pitch their product, you know?
it's a hanging out thing. Like that's what, it's right up front. I tell them we don't interview.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I figured out after the Andrew Leahy thing that we're not good at that.
I don't ever want to do that. I'm not I'm barely good at what we do. So,
We just, yeah, we'll do our list thing with people, and that's more fun anyway because then you can hear what or read anywhere online about,
right,
Ross Cooper's favorite soda, but
right.
you're I want to hear what he listens to when he's
Me
not,
too.
when he's driving around or hanging out at home. That's
Right.
why we have these guys, and because I'm a huge fan of a lot of them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I got some goals for this for 2020, 2025. So
You always do. I appreciate that about you. All right, man. Well, everybody who's listening, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you have great holidays. Hope 2024, as it wraps up, you can at least reflect and find some goodness and have the excitement of 2025. It's going to be a great year. Good things are coming, and we love everybody. I'm so glad that you still let me do this with you, Scott. We
oh
all
man,
love
it's
you. We appreciate that you created this thing for us, and we will always be here. And we are moving on to year 5. Is that right?
year 5.
Year 5. Take that, people. Oh, you're starting a podcast. Oh, well, it'll be fun for a week.
Episode 132 will be in January, and yeah, man, that's crazy.
I know, man. Remember when 100's where you got your credibility.
We got credibility finally.
I love
It
it. We need it.
happened.
Who knows
Huh?
what we'll get? Who knows what we'll get at 200?
Oh gosh.
Household names.
How-
All right, man. We love y'all.
Yeah, well, everybody, thank
All
you.
right.
Have a great
See you, buddy.
year. We'll see you.